Hi. Welcome to Safety Blogger. I am Shamail House Trainer Safety Blogger. Today we learn about IOSH Institution of Occupational Safety and Health course. What is IOSH? Why we learn IOSH? Why it is important for safety professor to get IOSH certificate and so on. There are total 8 module in IOSH course. We will discuss each by each in detail. Module 1 Introduction, Overview and Environment. Module 2 Reactive Monitoring. Module 3 Risk Assessment and Risk Control. Module 4 Health and Safety Legislation. Module 5 Common Hazards. Module 6 Active Monitoring. Module 7 Safety Management Systems. Module 8 Protecting Our Environment. Let's start from Module 1. Introduction of IOSH, its overview, and the environment. The Managing Safely course is for those required to manage safely and effectively in compliance with both their organization's policy and best practice in health and safety. The aim: to ensure that safety requirements are appreciated by people employed as line managers, and to enable them to review their own departmental systems, introducing new controls or implementing changes as appropriate to ensure safety in the workplace. Who should attend? Any person who has to manage risk and resources within their organization. Learning objectives. On successful completion of the course, delegates should be able to explain working safely. Explain the component parts of a recognized safety management system such as HSG 65. Identify the data and techniques required to produce an adequate record of an incident and demonstrate the procedure of an accident investigation, recognizing human factors involved. Describe the statutory requirements for reporting and procedures for checking non-reporting. Describe methods of basic trend epidemiological analysis for reactive monitoring data. Define hazard and risk, and describe the legal requirements for risk assessment. Demonstrate a practical understanding of a quantitative risk assessment technique and the data required for records. Describe workplace precaution hierarchies. Prepare and use active monitoring checklists and implement schedules for active monitoring, recording results, and analyzing records. Outline the main provisions of the Health and Safety at Work etc. Act 1974 and the Management of Health and Safety at Work Regulations 1999. Outline relevant health and safety legislation, codes of practice, guidance notes and information sources such as the Health and Safety Executive. How to get certificate of IOSH. An IOSH Managing Safely certificate is awarded to all those who enroll on this course and successfully complete both the online examination and practical assessment. Understanding of the course materials is evaluated by means of a 45-minute online examination consisting of 22 questions in multi-choice and short answer format and a practical assessment. Working safely. In this course we will use working safely to mean working in ways which minimize the chance of you being injured, injuring someone else, damaging your health, damaging someone else's health. Why important? There are a number of reasons why we need to work safely. They can be summarized in 3 main groups: ethical and moral considerations, legal requirements, financial matters. A. Ethical and moral considerations. Most people would agree that, whatever risks they choose to take themselves, it is unacceptable to put other people at risk, particularly when this is done without their knowledge or consent. Put simply, everyone is entitled to feel confident that they will go home in one piece. No one wants to suffer an injury or to see a colleague injured. Health and Safety Executive, House, Statistics. The reason that health and safety should be adequately managed is due to the fact that each year an average of 220 people are killed at work. The rate of fatal injury to workers also decreased in 2005/06, from 0.75 to 0.71 Deaths per 100,000 workers, a decrease of 5% and the lowest rate on record. There was a general downward trend in the rate in the 1990s, however it has risen twice since then, in 2000/01 and in 2003/04. Of the 212 fatal injuries to workers, 43%, occurred in the two industries of construction, 59, and agriculture, forestry, and fishing, 33. The provisional number of members of the public fatally injured in 2005/06 was 384, of which 254 resulted from acts of suicide or trespass on railways. The finalized figures for 2004/05 were 370 and 253 respectively. B. Legal requirements. Health and safety legislation places a number of duties on employers and employees. Failure to carry out these duties can result in fines and, in extreme cases, imprisonment. We will look at various legal requirements later in the course. However, the basic principle is that every employee must take reasonable care for the safety of themselves and of others who may be affected by their acts or omissions. C. Financial matters. Financial penalties should be obvious. If you are injured and cannot work, insurance will never fully compensate you for the financial loss. There is also the risk of being fined following action by the house. How much may not be recovered through insurance? Uninsured costs vary between businesses and types of incident. They are, however, several times more than the insured costs. They can be likened to an iceberg. The costs recoverable through insurance are visible, but hidden beneath the surface are the uninsured costs. Like an iceberg, most of the costs are not immediately visible. Studies have given different ratios for these insured to uninsured costs. Number 1. A study in a check clearing department of a financial institution, a lower risk environment, found the insured-uninsured ratio to be 1:3.3. That means for every €1 recoverable from their insurance, the company had to meet a further €3.30 themselves. Number 2. House studies found that the insurance premium paid, uninsured losses ranged from 1:8 to 136. That meant for every €1 they paid in insurance premiums, the companies had to meet a further €8 to €36 themselves for losses arising from accidents. Introduction to the concept of a safety management system, HSG 65. In order to achieve the course aims, you need certain knowledge and skills. To provide a structure for your learning, we will use a Health and Safety Executive, House, publication Successful Health and Safety Management, which is more commonly known as HSG 65. There are other guides to health and safety management, but a quotation from HSG 65 should make it clear why it has been chosen for this course. Following the guidance is not compulsory and you are free to take other action. But if you do follow the guidance, you will normally be doing enough to comply with the law. Health and safety inspectors seek to secure compliance with the law and may refer to this guidance as illustrating